We live in a world that glorifies the what's next factor. Are you writing a book? What business are you starting? Did you apply for that new job yet? I mean, it's a no wonder. Slowing down feels so unnatural. We're constantly moving. We're trying to keep up with the ebbs and flows of life. But here's what I've learned. Purpose often hides in the pause. And let's be honest, we've been conditioned to believe that movement equals progress, that if we aren't producing something visible for everyone to see, we must be falling behind. But in God's design, the pause isn't punishment. Your preparation will strengthen you for where He's taking you next. So, most of the time, we're moving so fast that we lose the focus required to do anything well. Sure, it's easy to look around and assume we're lagging behind when in reality, we're experiencing what I call a classic case of Peterism. Remember Peter? Jesus called him out onto the water. And as long as Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he walked on the impossible. But the moment he looked at the wind and the waves around him, he began to do what? Sink. And that's what happens to us. We lose focus not because we're incapable, but because we're distracted by everything and everyone around us. It's the quiet space, the pause between what was and what will be. Now, many of you know that I'm getting ready to launch a book real soon. So in my upcoming novel, I'll have what she's having. Dia, a character in my book, learns this lesson the hard way. She's ambitious, capable, and always thinking 5 steps ahead until life forces her to stop. And in that stillness, she has to confront a truth many of us avoid. That's why you got to read the book. But nonetheless, sometimes God won't move until we stop trying to lead Him. Is that familiar to any of you? Because some of us have an issue with control. So we try to control everything around us until we realize that some things are outside of our control. So, Dia in my book, her pause wasn't a setback. It was an invitation, a divine alignment, a holy reset for her faith, her focus, her friendships, and her future. And maybe you can relate. Maybe something in your life feels like it's stuck, like getting the promotion, the breakthrough, the healing, the relationship, the dream. But before you call it stagnation, ask yourself, what if this pause is necessary to measure my maturity on whether I'm truly ready to move? See, when God presses pause, He isn't denying you your destiny. No, honey. He is developing your depth and capacity. See, He's working on your character for what you prayed for. He's strengthening your roots before he ever reveals the fruit. He's protecting you from you, right? He's protecting you from moving prematurely into something you aren't prepared to sustain. Pauses don't punish you. Pauses prepare you. It helps you to reflect about who you are really becoming. So this week, lean into the R and rewired. And that's the reflection. And give yourself permission to slow down long enough to listen and hear. Don't rush through the silence. And some of us don't like to be in places where there's nothing happening. We like organized chaos. But listen, sit in the silence. Let it speak to you. Let it settle you. Let it sharpen you. Use these prompts to guide your time with God that I'm getting ready to share with you. The first one, identify one area of your life that feels like it's on hold. Is it a calling, a career move, a desire you've tucked away, something you've been praying for but haven't seen movement on? I want you to think about that. And then two, ask yourself this. Is God asking me to pause, or am I resisting movement? See, there's a difference between divine stillness and self-imposed stagnation. See, one matures you, the other drains you. So you will have to determine the difference between the two for yourself. And then 3, for all of my journalers, if you love the journal, this will be perfect for you this week. What have your waiting seasons taught you this year? How have the pauses grown your faith? What clarity or confidence emerged only because you slowed down? So, in closing, this is my final thought. And you don't need all of the answers to be in alignment with God's will. No, you just need the willingness to pause long enough to discern his voice. This season may not be about acceleration. It may be about alignment, and alignment always comes before assignment. So just breathe, rest, and reflect, because purpose is growing in the pause. And when it ripens, you'll be ready to walk boldly in it. So I want to leave you with this scripture to meditate on. Exodus 14:14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. All right. So if this message spoke to you, share it with a woman you love, especially someone who struggles with slowing down, and like a leader or a sister who's leading in some capacity. Share it with her. And let this be a reminder. Waiting isn't wasting. Waiting is partnering with God's timing, and his timing is always right on time. Until next time.